Hello everyone, my name is Amanda Waldhart and you are here with Amanda'sInspirationStation.com, and it is Wednesday already. This is my weekly Wednesday. I do a video every Wednesday and I bring it to you through YouTube. So if you are watching me on YouTube, thank you so much for taking the time to watch me. And if you are not a subscriber to my channel, I would love for you to hit that subscribe button. I do pass this along also through my blog, and I have tons of information underneath this video if you want to sign up for my newsletters, to keep in touch with all the news that I do, and Stamping Up, any events, classes that I do. And right now we are in celebrations, which I am so excited about because I love celebration. I love free stuff. I'm hands down gonna just say that. I will figure out ways with ordering all my Stampin' Up stuff of how I can figure out the best deal for what I get, bang for my buck is what I guess I'm trying to say. So right now we have celebrations going on, and with every $50 purchase, you get to choose a celebration item. There are a couple things that are, if you spend $100, you get. Most of them are all with $50. And today we're going to be doing the Counting Sheep stamp set. So if you spent $50, you could have this stamp set for free. And we're also going to use the matching sheep dies, which this is also free with a $50 order. So we're going to be using both of those. There are a few things in here though that are for a $100 order. And then there's also a free host stamp set with a $300 order. Now that order does not have to necessarily be yours. Maybe you, your mom, your coworker, and your friend all pull your orders together. That's great. You could do that, and then you could get the stamp set. So there's lots of different ways to get that. Okay, so I want to dive into these projects because they're so cute. Okay, so I kind of have like little, I feel like these are kind of kid projects. And I love doing little kid projects. I think they're fun. I obviously have kids. I have two daughters. They're a little bit older now. One's going to be 15 and the other one's going to be 12. But ironically, they still like these little treat boxes and containers, and they still love pencils. So this is just a cute little pencil box, and I saw these pencils and I just thought they were so fun. And I got these at the Dollar Tree, which I live in Janesville, Wisconsin, and we have a Dollar Tree. So I don't know where you're from, if you have Dollar Trees or not, but you can always go to dollartree.com as well. And they have packages, 12 packs of pencils for $1, and I love them. And this little case holds 4, so I think it's super cute, and it just says you're amazing, especially with school starting right now. What a cute thing to do. What a cute thing to give the teacher, or your child could give their teacher a little gift. And then the second thing is this cute little, almost kind of like a clip box at the top. And inside it says, glad it's your birthday. So this one is more of a birthday treat, but you could do whatever you want. You could put you're amazing on it. And you're just going to open it up. And inside, I have 3 of these old-fashioned birthday cake, like sucker sticks. We have a new candy store in our downtown Janesville, and that's where I got these. And I remember these. I love these. I do know that I think Cracker Barrel carries them in their little shop as well. Not sure if they have the birthday ones, but I'm pretty sure they have different flavors. And I think you can get them on Amazon as well. But so cute. So we have 3 of those in this little holder, and then we have the 4 pencils. So let's go ahead and get started. For the sake of the video, I have done some of the die cutting. Let's do the pencil case first. And we are going to use a few extra projects that I'm going to share. So we need a Wink of Stella today. We need Smoky Slate blends. We need, for this, I used this Label Me Lovely punch. I think this is the Label Me Lovely. I will feel very silly if it's not. Yep, Label Me Lovely. We are also going to need a couple different inks. We need Memento because we are using blends, you're going to want the Memento ink pad. We're also going to use Poppy Parade and Granny Apple Green. We are going to use these matte decorative dots. I love these, they're so cute. Although we're only going to use one today, and it's going to be on the second project, but I do want to share that we're going to use those. Those are found in your new mini. And same with this gorgeous ribbon. I love this white glitter ribbon. Well, actually, I love the black glitter ribbon. And when they came out with it in white, I was like, yes, yes, yes. So super exciting. All right, so let's get started. Oh, and one more thing. Haha, tricked ya. I got a couple more things to say. We are going to, for this project, we have these cute little clasps. Now, I have these clever clasps. These are Stampin' Ups, but they are retired. However, Stampin' Up throughout the years have had tons of like little clips, and you can buy little clips like this like at Walmart or on Amazon. I'm using my retired Stampin' Up ones, but by all means, you can find them at multiple places. They might not look exactly like the Stampin' Up ones, but they're just little clips, and that's really all that matters. We are using 2 different dies other than the sheep dies. We're using the Ornate Frames, and that's going to be for this little guy right here. It's just a tag, and that's what we're using for our pencil case. So it's this tag right here. And then we are using this piece right here for the smoky slate on the backing of this little box. All right, so that's all the supplies. Now, you can go over to my blog at amandasinspirationstation.com. There is a link underneath that you can click. I have a project sheet that you can print instantly. It has the pictures of the projects, the supply list, and the measurements. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. We're going to need our Simply Score tool, which I feel like I haven't used this in a couple of weeks, and it's like, oh, I love you and I miss you. All right, so our cardstock piece that I have is Granny Apple Green. It measures at 3.5 by 5. Now we are going to stamp on here the little grass, so let's actually do that first. And then we will go ahead and we are going to just stamp all over this. And it actually is going to go the long way, so we don't want to make sure that we're not stamping our grass this way. Otherwise, our grass is going to be sideways. So basically what you're doing is you're just going to kind of stamp randomly all over this. And it doesn't really matter. I mean, some can be lighter, some can be darker. Doesn't matter. Although I just got some lines on there, so we'll try not to go as fast maybe. If not, we'll just kind of, there we go. We're just kind of randomly going all over it. Okay, so now what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to score on the landscape side. So the landscape side is the long side, and we are literally just going to score that at a 4th. So and this is kind of up in the corner here, so I'm going to kind of go slow because I don't want to jump the tracks. So we're just going to score that at a 4th. Now we're going to turn it and we'll score it on the short side. And actually, you know what? I should have scored it at this side first, I think, because this is the bottom. That means my grass is going to be upside down. Oh, you guys, look what I just did. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and score this. Good thing I noticed that before we did it. So with this right here, this is the bottom. So when we want our thing to be like this, we want our grass to be upward. So here's a little trick that you can do. Just flip it over on the back and then take your score tool and just kind of, you're basically just varnishing out that score line that you just did. Then you're just going to kind of take your finger and kind of rub it. It's not perfect, but it's gonna work. Okay, so let's turn it now to the short side. We're going to score it at a 1/2 of an inch. So we're going to score it at a 1/2 inch. And again, I'm going to go slow. We're going to score it at 3/4 of an inch. And then we're going to score it at 2 1/4. All right, just like that. All right, we're gonna get out our bone folder because we want to varnish in these score lines. And basically we're going to get our little paper snips here. And we're going to cut on this little slit right here. And I'm going to do a little dart right there because I do want it to kind of fold in a little easier. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to, oops, I got one more. Sorry, I forgot to cut on this one. So we want to do the little dart there. I know this is tiny. Usually you can see me do the darts a little bit easier. But basically now what we're going to do is we're just going to fold it like this. And actually, you know what? I skipped a score line. Boy, I'm batting 1,000 today. And I don't have it written down. So I'm going to have to go back through and fix that so that when you guys do this, so I need to score it at 2. And so I scored it at a 4th. I need to score it at 2 as well. There we go. So I have to score it at 2 and then 2 1/4. See, you guys, I mess up too. I mess up more than you know. More than you know. Okay, so now we're gonna score that score line. And now we just need to cut this too. There, now there's our little tag. So now we can fold this in just like that. But we need to put some adhesive here. Now you can use tear and tape if you want to. It's actually a perfect spot to do tear and tape. I'm going to use my multi-adhesive glue. I just like to use that when I'm doing boxes because it gives me a little bit of time to play with it if I don't get it straight. So there it is. And I want to make sure that I get it straight. And now that I do, I'm going to put my bone folder right in here. And I'm just kind of going to rub it. There we go. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to tuck in the bottom here. So we're going to just tuck in this. We're going to tuck in that. And then I'm going to put a little glue out there. So I'm going to get out my glue again. And then I'm just going to fold this last tab down. So you tuck in the sides, bring one tab down, and now bring the other tab over. And then I'm just going to hold it. And actually, what would be easier is if I put the pencils in, because then it would give it a little bit more of a firmness for me to hold it. So let's put those in. And these pencils, I mean, what I like about these little treats is when you spend $1 on these pencils, you can get 3 of these treats out of it. There, now I'm putting a little pressure at the bottom. So there's our pencil holder. Okay. Now we just need to decorate it. So I already have this punched. I already have this cut out with our die cut. Let's go ahead and stamp our little cute, adorable lamb. So we're going to need our memento, which is a new memento. So my case is even a little. All right, so we're going to stamp that. And then we're going to stamp here in the Poppy Parade, the You're Amazing. And just like that. Perfect. All right, now let's get out, I got my die right here, but let's get out our smoky slate. So we're going to take the dark and we're going to do these little hooves here. And then I like to go over like these little lines that are already part of the stamp. I like to go over that with the dark. Just like that. And then I'm going to do his ears dark. And then I'm going to do his face dark except for his eyes. All right. And now I'm going to take my Wink of Stella. Actually, before we do our Wink of Stella, let's cut them out. I say that only because it'll take a minute or so for the Wink of Stella to dry. So let's bring out our cut and emboss machine and let's place this right here. I have some washi tape. That way when I run it through my cut and emboss machine, it doesn't slide around and cut my little guy in half. We don't want that. All right, so there he is. He's so cute. I like these little sheep. They're cute. I love all the animals. Like like right now we have the goats and we had the cows and the pigs. I love all the animals. The big cats, those are one of my favorites too. Okay, so I'm putting Wink of Stella all over my sheep except for on his face and on his legs because I'm going to take the light smoky slate and I'm just going to color in his legs here. There we go. All right, so now let's let that sit for a minute and let's get our ribbon around here. I am just going to lay this right on top, pull our ribbon out a little bit, and I'm just going to... that looks good. I kind of am an eyeballer when it comes to ribbon. I like to just kind of wrap it around the project and just kind of eyeball it. Sometimes I get a little too much ribbon and then I cut it off and I waste it and then I get mad because I don't like wasting ribbon. But most of the time I do it pretty well. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and do that, and there's our bow. Okay, and now we're going to pop this up. So we need some dimensionals, which I know I have here, and I don't want the dimensionals. Jeez, can I speak today? To hang over the edge. So I'm gonna put them right on the project so that I can go just like that, and then I'm going to do the same thing right here for me attaching the little sheep like that. And then with this, I'm actually going to just take a glue dot. I'm going to take it at the end here and I'm just going to kind of tuck it in there. And there you go. Cute. You can kind of see that line. So in a perfect world, I would have redone that. But I suppose what you could do is really, we could just pull up our ribbon like this and then no one would know. See? I mean, I know and you guys know, but nobody else knows, right? All right. So there's that. Super cute. Yay. Cute project. Okay. Let's go on to the next one. And I have a couple pieces here. Now, these pieces here, some of them I've already cut out. Like, I've already die-cutted the balloons. I have this piece right here, which I don't remember what that is from, to be honest with you. Because that's not from the Tasteful Label dies or the Ornate Frames. Does that come with the sheep die? Or did I just randomly, like, cut a rectangle die and not pay attention? No, it does not come with the sheep dies. So you know what? I don't know where this piece came from. At first I thought I just cut it, but it's indented. So this is a die. Well, we'll have to find out what that is. I promise it's in the project sheet because I record this earlier than when I post it. So I promise before I put the project sheet attached to it, I fixed it. Okay, so have our pieces here. We have our designer series pieces here. You need 2 of these, and these measure at 1 1/4 by 6. This is from the Brights collection because this is our Pacific Point. All right, so let's go ahead and let's get out our Simply Score tool again, and we are going to score on the landscape side, and we're going to score it at a 1/2 inch. And then 6 3/4. So we're going to do a 1/2 inch. So I'm going to go a little slow here. 1/2 inch. And then we're going to do 6 3/4. Okay, then we're going to turn it and we're going to score it at 1.5. So we got 1.5, 2, 3.5, and I want to, and then 4. All right, so there's that. All right, now we want to get our scissors out. And it really doesn't matter. Well, before we get our scissors out, let's score this with our bone folder. I designed this project like seriously like a month and a half ago, and now I feel like I'm forgetting how to do it. So it is going to get folded just like this. So we're going to, it doesn't matter, I mean, which end we use as the bottom or the front, but we do need to snip these. So we're going to snip on the score line and create that little dart and get that out of the way. And we're going to do that for all 4 here. And let's make this, we'll make this the bottom. Not that it matters right now. Then we're going to create that. So we're going to do the same thing. We got these little darts. We're going to get those out of the way. There we go. And actually, we're going to cut this completely off because we're going to make that our top. And when I close this like this, I do not want that extra little piece. So I want that to be our top. So with that, we really don't need this bottom piece either, because this is going to be where we place our glue, and then we're going to fold it over like that. So I'm going to get out my bone folder one more time though, because I feel like, there we go. So I'm here's my tab here, and we're going to close it like this. But what we're going to do to make it a little bit easier is we're going to just put our glue here, and then I'm just going to bring this over and I'm going to line it up like this. Basically, I'm just folding it, folding the box like this. I don't know why I keep putting this glue away, because I'm going to need it again. And now when I go like this, there's my box, okay? So we want to tuck in this 2 little side tabs. We want to tuck one down. It doesn't matter which one. And then we're just going to place a little glue there. And then we're going to hold that. And actually we can go ahead and put that down at the bottom. Put our bone folder in there. It's a little tall, so you kind of have to, there we go. And then if you look at this one, we have just where you tuck the sides in, and you're just clasping it closed with the little clasp like that. So we're going to leave that like this for right now, but normally this is then what we would do is right here, we would just kind of pinch it a little, kind of to create that like little milk carton, and then we'll clasp it closed. But before we do that, we need some treats. Got to have some birthday treats in there. And I want it to be so when they pull it out, it says birthday cake here. That's just how I roll. I don't want it upside down. All right, so we're going to shut that. And for right now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to get out one of these little guys. And I'm just going to shut it, because we still need to attach all of our goodies on there. Okay, so now we have our designer series paper. Remember, this measures at, I want this side. This measures at 1 1/4 by 6. So I'm just kind of gonna put some adhesive. I could use my glue too. And we're just gonna kind of place that right on the center there. There we go. And then we'll do the same thing over here. All right, so there's that. Now I want to place this on here, and I'm going to use dimensionals. So I keep losing my dimensionals. I'm going to just place these in right in the center of this particular die, and I'm going to just kind of place it just like that. All right, now let's go ahead and do some stamping. So with this guy, we have a little hat on him. I put a little birthday hat on him. So we are going to do, we're going to stamp him and or her, him or her. We're going to stamp the saying on this die cut piece that I have no idea where I got. Where I got it. So there's that. And then we're gonna stamp. And you'll have enough space. I mean, make sure you have enough space on your scrap piece of paper to stamp these, both these. Honestly, that's what I use for all this little pieces are scrap papers. All right, so we're gonna color him again, just like we did the last one. All right. Make his hooves a little dark, make his ears a little dark, make his face a little darker. And then we're going to color in his legs with the lighter smoky slates. We are going to wink a Stella him, but not just quite yet. And we do have to do one more thing. We need to color his hat. So I'm going to use, which I forgot to grab, so excuse my reach if I'm throwing my arm in front of everything. I am going to grab my Blackberry Bliss, and I'm just kind of going to go over the pom-pom there, and I'm going to make the whole hat Blackberry Bliss, except for the little polka dots. Then I'm going to take a Poppy Parade, and I'm just using my Stampin' Right markers. If you have the blends, you are more than welcome to use the blends. However, we do not have the blends in the Pacific Point. Boy, wouldn't that be wonderful if we did? Stamping up. All right, and then I need my Granny Apple Green. All right, there we go. So let's get out our dies in the cut machine, but we need to do my washi tape, especially with this little hat guy, the little hat. We definitely don't want that sliding around. All right, so let's bring back the cut and emboss machine again. Let's run that through. And there's our little hat. All right. Okay, now we can put Wink of Stella on him. Well, we can do let's do Wink of Stella last. All right, let's put him on first. So let's go ahead and we're going to use dimensionals to pop him up. And we're going to just kind of put him right there. And I am going to use dimensionals. I'm going to do one right there because I'm going to run that across like that. And then for these, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my glue dots and I'm going to place one of these. And you need to be very careful about doing this because the glue dots are strong and this little very thin piece of cardstock that's at the end of the balloon is not so strong. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add all three of these balloons to this one glue dot that I have, like that. I'm going to gently turn it over, and I'm going to tuck it under his hand, like that. And then I'm going to kind of move, you can kind of move them around, and then I'm going to just kind of press with my nail like that. Okay. Now we need to attach his hat, which I'm just going to attach it with another glue dot. And I don't want it to, it's kind of, hold on, I'm going to move this up just a little bit because I don't want the hat to cover up any of the words. There we go. There we go. All right, now let's get out one of these matte decorative dots. And I just used a green one. And I just kind of put it in the corner here. There we go. And now we just have Wink of Stella in our bow. So let's go ahead and do Wink of Stella. Ooh, oh, you guys, I missed a leg. I missed 2 legs. I missed these little legs. How horrible of me. Okay. So we're going to do this. Color them in, or her. Whatever you want your little sheep to be. All right. Wink of Stella, done. Now we need to do our bow. And that is all we have left is that bow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a long piece like this, and I'm going to use my bow maker. I have a bow maker here, and I'm going to wrap it around the back, and I'm going to cross it. Whatever's on the top is now what's going to go underneath and between the pegs so that it's now in the back. And I do have a video on just how to use this. And then I'm going to bring it forward through the 2 pegs, and I'm going to tie. There we go. So now I have this bow with this long ribbon, which is exactly what I wanted. And I'm going to just use glue dots, and I'm going to make sure that I used like 2 of them though. And I'm just literally going to clip them to this clip here. And that's all I'm going to do. There you go. There you have it. Cute little birthday treats. These could be birthday too, or they could be, maybe your child's having a birthday party and there are the thank you gifts. You know how like they give little thank you things. So there you have it. Again, you guys, the sheep are so adorable and they are while supplies last. So definitely, if you love the sheep, I wouldn't wait too long because I think the dies, I mean, the stamp set, Stampin' Up! Makes, but the dies, those are not. So I would definitely make sure that if this is something that you love, you'll hop right on that and get those. So you guys have a great rest of your week. Sorry, I had a few little mistakes today, but you know what? That turned out fine. So we all do it. So it's all about crafting and finding our way to fix it. So you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you next week for our Weekly Wednesday. Bye.